So there are two ways to completely change your life, right? There are two things that's going to completely change your life the moment that you actually start doing it. The first thing is going to be, actually, let me introduce myself. My name's Sarah. Nice to meet you. If you don't know me, my name's Sarah. If you know me, you should know my name already. And this is my YouTube channel. I make videos about motivation, faith, discipline, and just living intentionally through faith. So anyways, back to the point, because I don't like to get sidetracked here. If I get too sidetracked, I'm gonna start talking about so many other things. So let's stick to this. I really want to get this across. The first important thing that you must know is you need to change your perspective. It doesn't matter what situation you're in right now. It doesn't matter what your life looks like. You need to be looking at your life like you are the luckiest person on earth. Like you have everything that you could ever want and everything that you could ever need, even if you don't. Obviously, sometimes we have to be a little realistic, but what do I mean by this? I mean, instead of waking up and focusing on all the things that you don't have, start focusing on the things that you do have. Start accepting the fact that you are able to watch this video. So that means you have eyes, you have ears to hear, you have a phone, or you have access to the internet. So there are a lot of things to be grateful for. And if there's anything else that you are lacking and anything that you feel like is not really what you want it to be like, then that's okay. That's okay, because we're going to talk about that for the second thing. And like I said, this is literally going to be a 2-step video. Step 1 is to change your perspective. And honestly, for that, I recommend doing daily affirmations, writing down gratitude, like have a gratitude journal. It doesn't have to be specifically just for gratitude, but what I do is for my regular journal, instead of journaling like, so my day was boring today. No, what I do is usually I will talk to God and I'll write down, dear God, thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for my family. Thank you for another day. Thank you for another night. Pray before you eat. And if you're not religious, that's fine. I just hope that you do believe in something and believe that there's things to be grateful for, and the more you are grateful, the more you attract into your life. And that's why it's so important to switch your perspective, because you need to be in that perspective of gratitude. You need to be feeling grateful for the things that you have. Otherwise, you never be able to attract anything else. If you already have so much, or honestly, if you have so little and you're not able to be grateful with what you have, then how can you even attract better for yourself, you know? So what else? So affirmations, gratitude journals. Honestly, something that I used to do that I honestly need to start doing again was writing down 10 things that I'm grateful for every single day. And someone told me about this, but this person also told me that I should try to do 10 different things every day, because you can write like, I'm grateful for my family, for food, for my car, for my apartment, for money. But if you write that every day, it kind of gets boring. It's like, yeah, I'm grateful for my car, and it's like the moment your car breaks down, then you're gonna be really grateful, you know? But no, so maybe start thinking out of the box. For example, I am grateful for the air that I breathe. I'm grateful for this book that I read. Little things like that. Or for like lemons and limes, because they help me with as an antioxidant. Little things that are deep for you, that's really what's going to help you shift your perspective. And also just taking time to be still and reflect in how far you've gotten in your life and how far like you are willing to go. Taking time to just breathe instead of wanting to just get things done, accomplish chores. I have this habit that I'm always writing to-do lists, and I'm always just looking for the best ways for me to be productive. How can I get the most things done? But sometimes it's not even about how much you can get done. It's about how present you are when you're getting those things done. It's about how at peace you are when you're getting those things done. Let's say you get everything on your to-do list done, but then afterwards you feel drained and you're just like, oh, I'm so tired, like I don't even know what I did today. And it's like, what is the point of that? Like, yeah, now you have all of these things done, but you're unhappy. You know, there's a way for you to still get things done and feel good about it, and all you have to do is just slow down. And if that means you're not gonna get it all done in one day, that's fine. That's fine. Just prioritize the stuff that really needs to get done that day, and the rest you can do later. You know, I feel like we have this really big sense of urgency to be productive and to just like tackle everything at once, that we tend to neglect our mental health and our spiritual well-being, when those are the two most important things. You know, like, okay, if you weren't able to fold your clothes today, or if you didn't hit your 10K steps, like there's always tomorrow. Try again tomorrow. So, and that comes with the second step, which the first one, again, if you forgot already, is switch your perspective. And the second one is going to be actually take action. I can vouch for all the procrastinators out there. Procrastination only makes you anxious and exhausted and drained. And honestly, I never used to be a procrastinator. I was the girl that if my teacher, my professor, gave me an essay or an exam, something, and they were like, you have 2 months to finish this, I would be the person that would get started the same week, if not the same day, so I can be done early, and I would be relaxed later, knowing that it already got done, that it's good, that I'm good. So I know that there's a lot of people that don't work like this. Some people work better under pressure. Some people just can't get it done on time, whatever it may be. But this is kind of different. Like, I'm currently going through this procrastination phase where it's not like I don't want to do it, where it's not like I'm just being lazy, or maybe that's a part of it too, but it's more of like the perfectionism point of it. It's like you want your essay to be so perfect that you just don't get started because you're too scared of making a mistake. That's what I'm going through right now, and that's why I'm able to talk about it, because I'm currently getting out of that. You can only make your essay perfect if you do get started. You get started and you go through it and you edit it as many times as you need to. Now, if you never get started, how are you gonna know what you need to fix? If you never ever do anything, how are you gonna know what your mistakes were? This is coming from someone who is a very much perfectionist and that wants not everything, but most things to be perfect. And sometimes that can take more of your time than you know. You know, you want to be able to get up and start the stuff that you want to do, whether it's your laundry, whether it's a book that you want to start, whether it's a course, a new hobby. Just get up and start it. I also will say that I am a victim of, if I start something new and I'm not really good at it, I will criticize myself and I will think that I'm a failure, and now I'm upset. You know, you need to give yourself the grace for even trying, just for trying. The fact that you try to do it, you got out of your comfort zone and you're trying, shows more about you than about your procrastination and the other parts of yourself that you're not so proud of. But when you let the procrastination in perfectionism, speak higher than what it is that you actually want to do, you might never actually get there. So, to wrap this up, I would say switch your perspective on your entire life. If you feel like your life is bad, it's not. Your mindset is bad. Your view on it is bad. And that goes for everything. Yes, you might be going through a rough patch. You might be going through a bad phase or a bad moment, but your life is not bad. Don't label your life because of your current circumstances. Just learn to shift your perspective and to take action so that you can be in a better position and actually have a good perspective no matter what, because your current reality is what you've always wanted. So, and that, just one last thing too, sometimes we could be living in our answered prayers and our perspective is so terrible that we can't even see that. Sometimes we could be living in exactly what we wanted to be living 5 years ago, 3 years ago, even a year ago. But your mind is so used to focusing on all that you don't have, or all that you wish that you were able to do, and all that you wish you were able to buy, and the places you wanted to be, and the person you wanted to become, the person that you thought that you would have been by now, that you can't even fathom the growth that you've had. So focus on the now, shift your perspective, and take action even when you feel like you're not ready, even when you think that you need to be perfect. That's it. Hope you liked my little message. Check my YouTube channel if you want to see more. Bye.